Hi, welcome to In the Kitchen with Cheryl. And I had a request from one of my subscribers to make shepherd's pie. So today I'll be making shepherd's pie. The ingredients that you'll need are 2 pounds of hamburg, 2.5 pounds of potatoes, and 1 can of corn. I already took it out of the fridge, put it off to the side. I have my oven preheated at 350. I'll turn the top of the stove on high. I'm just going to put probably about a tablespoon of butter in the frying pan here. I'll place the hamburger on here and just chop it up and let it cook until it's well done. I'm opening up my 1 can of corn. I'll place it in a saucepan. Then I'll put it on the stove and I'll let this simmer on just low. Because what I like to do is I pre-cook everything so that this way here when it goes into the oven it doesn't take that long to cook. Earlier I did do about 2.5 pounds of potatoes. I boil them and mash them up. I have them sitting in my microwave right now. And as soon as the hamburg's done, I'll put it in a casserole dish. So I'll drain the grease from the hamburg. When the corn's done, I'll drain the liquid from the corn. So it'll be the hamburg on the bottom, then the corn, and I'll mix it together. And then after that's done, I'll lay the potatoes on top, put tin foil over, and then put it on in the oven on 350. And about a half hour it's done because everything's pre-cooked. So I'm waiting for my hamburg to fry up. And as I'm waiting for my hamburg to fry up, if you've had any requests, you can please send them to Cheryls Real Video World at yahoo.com. I'll be more than happy to reply. What I'm doing now is I'm just kind of breaking up the hamburg so this way here you don't have large clumps inside your shepherd's pie. So it breaks up pretty easy with a fork. And it's frying up very nicely. So as soon as that's done, like I said, I'll drain the grease from it. Put that on the bottom of my casserole dish. Then drain the corn. And mix it in with the hamburg. And then I'll get my mashed potatoes, which I already prepared earlier. And I'll put them on top and put the tin foil over it, put it in the oven. My oven's set at 350. And about a half hour, your dinner will be ready. This is a fast and easy dish because everything's pre-cooked. So you could make it earlier during the day and eat it later on. You'll be able to entertain with your guests. You won't have to worry about cooking while they're there. My hamburg's all fried. And you can see I broke it up with the fork. So what I'm going to do is take it over to my sink and drain out what little fat there may be. I usually buy the beef that's about 85 to 90% fat free, but there is a little bit of fat in it. So I'll drain it off. I'll get my casserole dish. Okay, I'll put the layer of hamburg on the bottom. Just kind of flatten it out. Now I'll go over to the stove, go get my corn. I'll use the same strainer. Remember to strain the liquid out of the corn. I'll place that on top. And just mix it in. And that's what it would look like with the corn and hamburg. So now I'll go over and I'll get my mashed potatoes that I made earlier. I kept them in the microwave. And all I did was mash them up like for regular mashed potatoes. And just place it on top. So what I'm doing is just covering the hamburg and the corn. I'll pepper it a little bit. Add just a little bit of salt. Now I'll get my aluminum foil, put the aluminum foil on top, place it in my oven. So my oven's set at 350. Put it on the top rack, and then in a half an hour, dinner's already made. In about a half hour, so what I'm going to do is turn off my oven and take my shepherd's pie out. And see, this is what it should look like when it's done. You got your hamburg, your corn mixed in on the bottom, and then the mashed potatoes on top. And then I lightly salt and peppered it. So what I'll do is I'll try a little piece. I'm not going to salt and pepper because I already salt and peppered the top of it. And you can see the steam, it's piping hot right now. But you can see the hamburg, the corn, and the mashed potatoes all mixed together. It's very good, it's very hot. So it's quick and easy. Like I said, it's 2 pounds of hamburg, a can of corn, and 2.5 pounds of potatoes. You pre-cook everything, put it all together in a casserole dish, put the oven on 350 for about a half hour, and your dinner's ready, and it's very good. And I thank you very much for the requests. Like I said, you'll see the email on the bottom of the screen. Just email me with any requests or comments. And thank you again for watching In the Kitchen with Cheryl.